Hello YouTube land, it's Debbie from the Canadian Crocheter. Today is Friday, August 12th, I think. It's been a little while since I've been on. Figured I'd get on here and just check in. There's been lots going on. I think I've mentioned it many times. We live in a lake, so most of our visitors come during the summer so they can enjoy the weather. So I've been very busy with visitors and guests, and you know, it's been fun. Not a lot of crafting time. Actually zero sewing time, so I have some people that are waiting for bags. I'm so sorry. You're gonna have to wait a little longer because I can't remove myself from my visitors to go and sew, lock myself up into the craft room, but I can sit and crochet and knit while talking to them. So I have a little bit of stuff that I've done in that way, but no sewing whatsoever. So yeah, another great thing. I've been bugging my husband for a pontoon boat for a long time. We finally found one. Husband is new to Marketplace and he's a fiend. He finds the best deals. So we ended up getting a 1-year-old pontoon at a ridiculous price. And I'll show you a picture here. He says it's mine. So I do have an operator's card, so I can drive boats. But you know, I don't normally do that, so my goal for the next month is to learn how to operate this pontoon like that. So I'm gonna be a pro at it. At least that's my goal anyway. So she's my baby. I have to find a name for her. I don't know, I haven't come up with anything. If you got any great suggestions for a pontoon boat name, hit me up. Anyway, yeah, so that's been exciting. What else? Nothing else, that's about it. Okay, I'm gonna get right into showing you what I've got. I'm hoping not to make this too long. The first thing I'm gonna show you is what I'm wearing. And I was happy with this just until this moment. I'm gonna stand back and I'm gonna show you why. So it is a tunic. This is from Crochet Autumn 2017 magazine. And the reason I don't have the magazine is it got wet, all the pages got stuck together, but this page did not, so I just pulled out the dogs. It's always something. Hold on. Okay, hopefully he'll be good now. We've been playing a game of I want out, I want in, I want in, out, and there's like 3 minutes in between those. I think I mentioned before, the old man has dementia, so half the time he doesn't even know what he wants. So I'm just running back and forth. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? This one? Anyway, back to this. I was extremely happy with this. Oh, like I said, I kept just this pattern was the only one that was savable. All the other pages were stuck together. And so I thought, oh, that's gotta be an omen, right? I gotta make it. And it is so cute. Now, I get the impression that it's probably nicer on a flatter chested woman, but I don't care, I love it anyway. And I did love it until I saw it in the camera. Now I'm gonna stand back and show you what it is. Look at this. I did this, you can't see this in real life. It is the yarn. Hold on, I'm gonna grab the yarn. Okay, it was a good thing I had to stop to get the yarn because he wanted back out again. Literally, what, a minute later? Oh, anyway, this is Yarn Bee Soft and Sleek DK. And what's the color? Color's Mink. This was gifted to me by a dear friend, Wendy, a while ago. And it is wonderful. I loved working with this. It's soft, it's wonderful. I believe it's 100% polyester. Or acrylic, I should say. Where does it say that? Here we go. 100% low pill acrylic. Wonderful stuff, I love it. But working with it, you can't see until I'm standing in the camera. This, what is that? What is that? Anyway, I'm gonna twirl. I love it anyway. Okay, so the idea behind this is I like to wear tights in the winter and long sleeve shirts. But you know, I always feel like I have to cover up because tights are kind of, you know, they show all the imperfections. So I usually like to have something a little looser over top where it's not too heavy and but you still get coverage. And it's cute. It's a little dress, right? Like, it's really cute. I think it's adorable. And yeah, so, and it's really easy, all treble crochet, so it goes faster. Love it. I just did not realize that I did that in the camera. Honestly, I'm looking right at it. I can't see the difference in color in real life. So, you know, just hopefully when I wear it, I'll make sure nobody takes pictures. Anyway, I highly recommend this pattern. It's easy. If I can find it without the magazine, I'll leave a link. Otherwise, I'll leave a link just for the magazine, for the issue that this is in. Really, but you know, it's really quite easy. You basically make 2 panels up to here, then you join the 2 panels and you just continue in the round, and you get to a certain section and you just increase so that it gives you that flare, and you just increase. Really easy. So, and then the only sewing that you have to do is here and here, here and here, and on the other side. That's it. It's wonderful. And it's got a little cute little picot, oh not picot, but a cute little edge. Really, really cute. And it's just, I guess you could wear it in the summer over, I mean, I don't know, might be too hot in the summer, but yeah, I love it. I highly recommend it. And I love this yarn. But like I said, I don't know what, you can't see that in real life. What in the camera, it's picking it up. So anyway, I highly recommend that. It was fun to do. It took me, I put it down, picked it up, put it down, picked it up. So it took me a little while to do. All right, the next thing, I have been trying to clean my craft room. And I always end up with like half skeins of this and half skeins of that. And you know, what do you do with a half a skein of something? To me, that's a scrap, because really, unless you're an amigurumi artist, what are you gonna make, right? Maybe you could knit a hat. I guess it depends on how much you have left. But I had a lot of half skeins, so I decided I saw this pattern. Oh, look at the boss again, because pattern's over there. Hold on. I tell you, if I was organized, I'd be dangerous. Yeah, it's a good thing I'm not organized. Anyway, I found this pattern a while ago, and I said I always wanted to try it. Now I can't remember if this was a free pattern or a paid pattern, but I'll leave the link down below. It's called, I think it's a free pattern on her blog, but I think you can buy the PDF. Anyway, it's from mariasbluecrayon.com, Scrap Blanket Crochet Tutorial. I'm gonna show you. So she technically, I can't remember, but anyway, I wanted to try it, so I figured, you know, try it. And I made a small one for the back of my couch. I'm gonna show it to you. Yeah. Looks good, right? It's just enough for one person to cuddle with. It's not enough, like, to cover anything big. But yeah, it's a chevron, and it's using all these half skeins of yarn. And all I did, I believe she didn't have an edging. All I did was I made like sort of like a blanket stitch with the little shells on the end. So let's talk about this. Like I said, I wanted to use up these half skeins, and it looks great, but there's a lot of ends to weave in. A lot. Each section. So basically you're making these strips. They're C to C, so corner to corner, and you make the strip corner to corner. So every time you change a color, there's another end to weave in. And then you make so many strips, and then you got to sew those ends. And I just did an invisible seam here. And then so you got those 2 ends. And there's a lot of stretching too. So, I mean, your gauge changes as you're working. So when you're sewing the 2 panels together, you have to make sure that they kind of meet, you know, the corners meet, otherwise, right? So yeah, so there's a lot of stretching and whatever, tugging and whatever to get it to get the chevron. So yeah, it was a lot of work, and it's great for projects. And I think that if you just, you know, during your off times or whatever, just make C2C strips and then put them aside, and then eventually go back and just seam them together. That would probably work better than trying to get this whole thing done in a certain amount of time. You'll pull your hair out, right? Unless you like sewing. Anyway, I thought it turned out really cute and nice, and I'm using up all of my half skeins, and I think it looks good. It might be a repeat pattern, but I think it's gonna be like, you know how you make granny squares and you put them aside and then eventually you put them together? I think it's gonna be the same thing. You just make C2C strips. Now I followed her tutorial when she did seven C2Cs wide, and then I think it was, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 this way as well. So the half skein, so I would do a block in that color, and if I didn't have enough to make another block, I started a second one, but I got really bored with this too. So these ones, I ended up just seaming them, the 4 blocks together. I started doing the panels and then gave up and just made rectangles, and I thought, okay, I'm just gonna put them together and you get this. So this might be an ongoing thing if I have small scraps. Like none of these colors were, the length was not long enough to do 7 by 7 C2C on the big blanket, so I just kind of put it together and then I seamed the 4 blocks. It kind of looks good, but it's a lot of work. Like, I mean, you have to keep adding to it. Yeah, so this might be a long-term project. Just keep adding blocks to it, or rectangles. So that's what I did with, when I didn't have enough to do a 7 by 7, I would do it here. And then when I had only a little bit left, I would add it to a magic ball. So no scrap is wasted in this house. So I had a decent sized magic ball, and I thought, okay, well, I'm gonna try something with these magic balls. Now, I think I've mentioned before, these magic balls, I love them. The reason that I love them is because you keep adding to it over time. You don't actually remember what was, and I do not color control whatsoever. I don't care what color, I just add it. And so by the time you get to use it, you've forgotten what's in here. So you go to use it, and it's exciting to see what color's coming up. Oh my goodness, you have pink and green together. It's awesome. But what happens when you go to use it, it keeps you interested, and you never know what you're gonna get. And if you make a project out of this, no 2 projects are gonna be the same, so nobody's gonna be walking around with a hat, the same kind of hat. And all the colors look amazing together, and I'm gonna show you. So the first thing I did with my magic ball is I made a knitted cowl. And I made it quite tight because I like things tight. But this is my magic cowl. Isn't that great? I love it. You just slip it on, slip it off. Yeah, so you get all these colors. Look at, all colors go well together. And there's the reason that the stripes are different thicknesses is because the lengths of yarn are different, right? So I made that. I think it's so cute. And then I did brown and brown on either side. I think it's great, right? And then I still had more from that magic ball. The magic ball was about like this. I made a hat. I'm not gonna try this one on. It fits me perfectly, and it's gonna be my hat. But I have a thing here. So this is the hat. Look at this. And obviously, there were many more dark colors when I started the ball than what it came up with. This is the same magic ball. I just added little pieces. I'm not sure if it's called a Russian join or magic knot, but if I find a tutorial, I'll leave it down below. And like I said, you just have a magic ball hanging around, and then when you have it big enough, you can make a project. These are both knitted, but it works great with crochet too. Isn't that great? No 2 projects will be the same. Isn't that great? Awesome. And then all I'm left with is this, because I want to try to be a zero waste crafter. So I'm left with this. These are really small. You can't really put them in a magic ball. These are actually, when you tie, I cut off the ends. So these, I'm collecting these. My goal is to have enough to fit a footstool, like not a footstool, a cube, you know? But I need a lot. So I have, I don't know, a bag about this big now. So I just keep adding to it and that'll get used in my cube. So got those done. The last thing that I have done, hold on, let me put this away. Last thing I have done is I was watching Creative Grandma, Glenda, and she put out this tutorial for like get your Christmas stuff going on, and it's a holiday snowflake. Look at this, I'm in love. Now, I went through my cotton, and I have lots of white, but I don't have a lot of Christmas colors, so I went with the blue. These are, what is this? Lion Brand Re-Up, which I think is a recycled cotton. Okay, I don't have my glasses on, so I don't know. Recycled cotton, 100% recycled cotton. In this color is white, and I don't know what this color is, sky. So I use that. And so I think this one has a lot left, and this one has half. Anyway, so it's a good deal. Isn't this adorable? I love it so much. Now we have company. Well, actually, we have company right now, but they're all guys, so they went fishing. So that's why I'm able to do this. I get the house to myself for a few hours. So they went fishing. Anyway, they're here for the weekend, so they're guys. They're gonna be doing guy things. I'm gonna get to craft. So I'm gonna be making these. Oh my goodness, I must have some Christmas colors somewhere. I just gotta go look for it. I'm gonna make a bunch of them. I love this. The tutorial's great. I don't know if she has a written pattern, but I'll leave the link for her tutorial and you guys can figure it out afterwards. Isn't this fun? I love it so much. So much. I'm not a big fan of the kitchen cotton, which this is. It's a little thinner than like Sugar Lily or whatever, Sugar and Cream or whatever it is. A little thinner, but it still feels the same. It's, to me, the word's yucky. I'm not a big fan of it, but I had it, so I figured, you know, and it's the best thing for kitchen stuff, right? It's a pot holder, but she also tells you that you can make these, like even just the white, and then stiffen it and put a little hook and use it on maybe glitter and put it on a Christmas tree. Awesome idea. I love it. Love this so much. This might be a plant stand for me. You put a plant on it. I love it. You guys gotta try this. It's so awesome. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. That's all I've made. And I actually have nothing on the hook right now, or the needles. Nothing. I finished this last night, and I'm like, okay, now I gotta find something else. But I do have a little bit of a happy mail. I think I mentioned before, I make bags, and people have requested them, so I make them and I send them to them. And people have been so kind. They're sending me thank you gifts or cards for making the bags. And like, you don't have to do that, but oh my goodness. This one is from, I don't know, should I say? It's from, okay, I don't know if I should say. Okay, I'm gonna say. It's from Di, and she lives in PEI. So and I love this kind of stuff. I have a bag where all my pins go. Sorry, I'm not sure if I should mention these things or not, but I'm gonna try. Hopefully she'll be okay with it. She lives in PEI, and she sent me some memorabilia from PEI. This is from Green Gables, you know, from the books, Anna Green Gables. It's gorgeous, and it's with the metal pins. It's gonna go, I feel like I've traveled all over the world. And then this one, let me see if I can peel off the tag. This one is a lobster. This one's actually gonna go on my mailbox key. The lobster. I love it. I love it so much. I love things like this, like little, like where are you from? I love that. I love it. Anyway, and then she sent me a beautiful card of the sand dunes of where she's from. So thank you, Di. And then the other one is from Barbara, our friend who lives on a sailboat. She also got a bag, and she made me something. She made me a scarf. Look at this. It's so long that it could probably go over 2 or 3 times. Isn't it great? I love these kinds of little things, or little thin scarves, because it can go over lots of times, and I can put it close to my neck because that's what I like, without having all this bulk around like this. So I like the thin ones. I think it's great. Thank you, Barbara. That is amazing. Anyway, that's all I have. I have no idea how long it's been because I had to stop a few times. And I want to send my appreciation to all the people who've sent me messages asking me where I am. I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. I've just been busy. I've just been, you know, during the winter, we don't have a lot of visitors. So in the summer, when we do have visitors, I want to see my friends. I want to see my family. I want to spend time with them. So that's what I've been up to. Anyway, I hope everyone is having a wonderful, wonderful summer so far, and we will talk soon.